ai ta gum dau gre mo khoi do ai adu yam kan ai mai tai ma sa yam kan tinner rakte ba da aduna khang da mayang ga khara dum pullaga dum lo chale mai tai ma sa 42 da khara tinna do dum mangai re sector 42 da moi tamina ba party du dang ai tinare atai hen ba DAV da kajal dom di ai ga sidai changmina be ma khangna ba aduga daina sidat ka khangna ba daina adum happy khangna ba lai adu de gi sidat to ma sa khangwa ne tinna bro sidat to sidat ko yi pun de hostel le hostel le na me mai parta adu di mai matung da lagi ba Birjit sidat ki matung da khangamara lagi drabane Chandigarh adum lagi dab adum lagi drabane mai ai ju Birjit ha dang khange ma da masa yam lu na tinare ma lai tab da nongai te Birjitra han Birjitra. Good morning, ma'am. Nasi mock test, second super mock test se anam ko question tau si ko. Anam ko question je tok thok si du ga si lore ga makha se adum hayeng mathang gi lak pada continue tau si ra na traga isana adum tok thok sa ga. Ha ni yenge. Aduga adu tor se adum mathang gi da mock test no budum pur lak ke ba ko. Sigi mathang gi mock test pur lak ke khang da ba daw tar su makha gi da dum aduga ki lem ho bo da dum thara ge. Yare na. Ahamba gi sida ahamba question jeng biro. Read the given passage carefully and answer the question. Question number 1 de hanam tang pathok si ko. Ahamba gi se sida in the above passage a sentence is given in ko. A sentence is given in 4 words marked as A, B, C, D. These words may or may not be placed in correct order. Magi order do A, B, C, D order le ram da bai. 4 options with different arrangement of this have been provided. Mark the option with the correct arrangement as the answer. If no arrangement is required, mark option 5 as your answer. Adui tardi option se akoina sigi kaino the arrangement se asi lalamani matam haktang piura. Option 2 side na kanda irura. Option ji irake ko. BCAD na BCAD ma BCAD ma lai re sina A ni ko. BCAD lai re next ADCB. No ai te he G ma P re di no ai da. ADCB adu ki su clear adu ta AB DC ABDC ABDC ko. Option last ki option sina CBDA. C, B, D, A. Yam line na thokane khanbiro. Lubra ko siya. Number ADCB. Sise matam ne kitang de change ko. Akhoi na sigi correct se kamaina tong godabno hab kanda yabra haning view sa wai de pasalaga. Apply dum tokshan view ba. exam manung si di loina pa da ba ya de haide require to khatang khona pa ga da bani na sigis de dum apply tok sam ya bre pa da di dum pa do le re ko question si de dum pa do le re adu bu arrangement do thak 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 hapjan gi tar di amuk akoina amuk chum jala aina geng thok pa ya idana yong ko every year thousands of students from across India Jahi khundingi lising satra lising lai flock lai pairaga lai haine ko flock sit budie adu mi myam su lai haibani ba ko flock to this city in relentless haidi lepal laitana ko amasung namna relentless lepal laitana ko of their dreams of securing admission sima option sida kitang kainom tawre ko of their dreams to securing admission to top engineering and medical colleges, the intense competition hype-up chatlabada yamtina hype-up chatlaba coupled with punjhallaga coupled with long hours of study and pursuit pressure pursuit hadi tanaba habne inaba habaneba adi tari pressure do inaba nateba lepal laitaba pressure do la ko yare basida lepal laitaba pressure adi tari sigi sida kana in kaba flock to this city in pursuit of their dreams yam line tare option j one adi tari number b gi option j yare yam line tare ba full am tanga pathora ke ko do Kota is renowned as the coaching capital of India Kota se India gi oina coaching capital India gi oina yam maming chatba amani of India for IIT, JEE, NEET ki bu oigera, engineering ki bu oigera, doctor ki bu oigera, engineering ki bu oigera, and other high stakes competitive exams. Exam yamgi, yamna high proper exam yamgi, sigi kota habelam se mi yamna changnaba, mi yamna maming khangnaraba mafam amane. But it has of late earned that dubious distinction, meaning halamoge question the yawi. Dubious distinction of being the suicide capital. Adubu koina sise distinction khangnari iba distinct hadi chongthorakna haibane ba chongthokna suicide capital ama oina ko for students miyam gi oina di suicide capital ama oiri kainom di oiri dubious se ko meaning se home to hundreds of institutes that prepare aspirants for entrance exam to prestigious engineering and medical colleges. The city is known for its rigorous academic environment. Rigorous haidi yamna stressful ohenba yam pishan bado ko pressure on pishan bam mapham ama oiraga laiye engineering amasu medical college students ki oina di ko. However, underneath the surface adugi level upar dugi adugi surface tugi makhada di underneath ko of this educational hub haidi mafam duni ko educational hub to the lies a grave concern yamtina phattaba amaju yauriba sigi surface masak sidadi mi yamna pamnari competitive exam gi hub ne haina mi yam laknari exam gi damakta adubu magi makha sidadi yamna phattaba concern amasu yauriye the alarming number of students suicide mi yam sinabai satra yam suicide tawnabagi Kota's coaching institute have become synonymous with a high pressure. Kota ki coaching institute se synonymous manana high pressure kaino magi institute se high pressure laiba competitive atmosphere oiba. Every year satra myam thousands students from across India to this city. Thousands of students myam sidar lagnari ko in city in pursuit of their dream of securing admission to top engineering and medical colleges. Engineer masu medical colleges the lag tamnabagi damakta moi myam laknari the intense competition have up chatlaba mafam duga adugi mathak tu da ka couple thabadi samjinaraga ko long hours study piraba matungda adidi kaidorba and relentless pressure of perform creates a pressure cooker environment adui mafam juda hawa pressure cooker just pressure mafam ama oina pura ambience ama same environment oina semaga leire haba the students are constantly under pressure to crack their exam as a lot right on their success exam question da yawbani na ai hala moige ko meaning da noi kaino to biro kaino moigi students myam sina constantly magi pressure duga matungina crack tauna bagi damakta moigi success to yare ko lot rides on parents money social reputation and their personal stake meaning jam hapninge adu halamaroige the primary cause of suicides among the students is the overwhelming academic pressure kaino sigi suicide la ibase kayino yamna thina hendok pathokpa overwhelming haidi pathokpa haibane ba ko pathokpa whelming haidi nungai tabana overly hendoktana academic pressure sina the relentless quest haidi akoina activity ma adventure ama chatpadu adu the relentless quest for success is highly competitive exam often pushes students beyond the brink of the capabilities magi kai brink haidi magi limit of their capabilities beyond the limit haba brink habagi meaning je limit habani ko adi tadi magi limit to dagi hendok pathok tana moi the pressure myam pibana ne ba ko the fear of failure and parental expectation add to the burden kaino failure lakpaduna expectation parents ki expectation myam leijabado paikha do pass tawda tari parikha do pass tawda tari moi the burden ama hele adekina anxiety hangale stress hangale most students who come to Kota are far away from their homes and families Kota da la iba satra mayam se anambana mayum degi lapa ngata neba lack of support system can make them vulnerable or depression and suicidal thoughts kaino support system do mayam handarak patardi moje depression yam chalaga suicide ki wakhal bok khale eba last ko the coaching institute in Kota are primarily focus on academic excellence phangnabagi damakta coaching institute te Kota se magi primary focus se academic excellence yama and often neglects the mental well-being of their students adubu kaidoba mental well-being di amasung mental well-being di mokoina kashu darkar ta di yai ko mokoina kashu khanjan deba adu tadi option number B je chumgre ko question number 1 gidi question number 3 da in the context of the above passage what is the synonym of the highlighted word dubious option da khangri yangu mamang da chatke halake unambiguous, notable, prominent, questionable. Questionable, hangningai oiba. Sigis deyong kwa. Sidadum thokpane. But it has of late earned the dubious distinction of being the suicidal capital for students. Yamna hangba yaba. Wapam ama amasung concerning oiba problem ama thoiye. Questionable oiba ama. Others, notable haidi important oiba habaneba notable khanghoba yaba nateba prominent haidi afaba positive tone laire unambiguous habadi khangdaba mathong maram khangdaba nateba sidi question hangningai oiba lae kwa next ki number 3 da sigis dena kaino grammatical error khandok piruk toini angtang khandok piro number kai oigadaba na neglect se neglect oigada neglect se kaigi oino haba kanda neglect oigadaba the coaching institutes plural la in Kota are masagi laksare ko primarily focus on academic excellence and often sida neglect sida yes to ko thapirani ba khot yare ko plural la ani the mental well-being of their student sangura mamangi da pesu da sira much depend on ko much depend on la ise yung ko much depend on la ise crack their exam as a load right on their success much depend on their success la eba kaino mokhoi gi pressure myam do kai mogi success da depend am tawraga parents ki money ogera social reputation ogera mokhoi de depend am na tawraga lai yai ko gyan tabiri bo mayam cha yari okay 5 to 7 sina mana hangning isa paragraph has been given with a line or sentence omitted or missing yautaba ko fill in the blanks you are required to determine the best possible option here best possible option from the given choices that fits aptly into the blank this option should make paragraph complete and coherent meaningful ohengada bani fill in ne tabiro February number D ingko February 2023 yare ko koma la iko si comma manung sa Sisidigi subject ni sina verb neba magiti. Yaiko. Mana hi, the Indian Meteorological Department IMD recently said Mana hi is February 23 say had been the warmest dash nearly 29.54 degrees Celsius. Sigi say 2023 ki February say yamna warmest oiba matam amo oikri. Since 1901 from 1901 from ga since kagi differences since the point of time ta ani from na adui matam dagi magi lotion bam ama laigada baneba cd kaino adugi matam du da gi habane mafam matam ama directly February 2023 se adugi matam du dagi haraka doine bako since na point of time ama dagi haurak kana no phone yam khini yam when 1991 from the average adui matam da habane sisina mo yare ko sisina point of time adugi matam du da ko since 1901 to 1901 dagi haurakpada sigi matam se warmest matam oye haidwanida yare ko 1901 dagi magi matam de with average maximum temperature at ko magi temperature dot sigi temperature sisini ko gyan tabre 1901 dagi haurakpada sigi sina warmest temperature oye have yai ko aduga si se laktri se on laite ko temperature ki directly magi specific temperature haiba kanda koina at season yare yam laida tobiro At almost 1.5 lakh crores, goods and services tax inflow in December 2022 signal a recovery of something from November when revenues fell to a 3-month low. Kaba, sikisida of sort of demand of data. Of demand later. Of data suman bani nate sinate of sort ti exactly matam mafam chapsabi ama pidab magidi adudagi hauraga adai bokta haibako exact matam ama pidaba aduga sigi a recovery of data natiko almost 1.5 lakh crore good and services GST se inflow in December 22 da GST ki flow lakh se signal a recovery of sorts adai waidudagi ko November adai waidudagi chapchabi matam pidabida of sorts when revenue fell to a 3-month low thau ngena zara handaba ma utliye ha yai ko of sorts matam mafam magi kaino chapchabi di nataba adai bawa habida ko Kampongal and many parts of Tamil Nadu are das preparation for Jallikattu, a traditional sport involving bulls. Number D. Alive 4. Alive with lakadam ne. Alive with lakadam. A ra C ra du tare. Number C with the ED tapoy the ED taptrisina kagina ALIVE. C itself is an adjective. Yare ko R V3 see the verb oitadi kino tok doine ba atubu R se koina linking verb ne jo hainai ko Kampongal and many parts of Tamil Nadu ko mokhoi se are alive with preparation of Jallikattu mokhoi se alive with the preparation for Jallikattu sidi alive with se kaidorba with preparation sina noun lazate ko sidi adjective neba adjective to the alive with hai alive to with na noun verb neba alive to the ko adjective to the alive in hai ne yare next ki topira correct arrangement ko CCTV do siya fazaba wahai ama yaw Yadraba. In General Assembly UNZA. Hey, India has explained its decision to abstain. Abstain habadi lapthokpa habaniko. At last week's vote at the UNZA for ceasefire in the Israel-Palestine conflict as its way of protesting the omission. Ceasefire habadi lepa habani no mai kapna bado lepna bagi da makta habani omission habana kai lauthokpa haba yauhanda ba habani dana kaino of any explicit condemnation of the heinous kaino phattaba crime ama tawgibudo October 7 the terror attack by Hamas militant on Israel meaningful amtang halake ko Indiana explain tawrise kayino abstain of last week vote at UNZA gi vote hadaba yaudeba India se vote hadaba yaudrise kaino ceasefire tawnabagi damakta nomai kapnaba lepnabagi damakta Israel ga Palestine ga moitheni gi kaino se lepnabagi damakta vote hadaba da ma yaude kaigino haba kanda mana haidoise ai protest tawrine karigi protest tawiba omission of kari lauthokpagi moina explicit condemnation habadi Yaningdaba Pongdokpodo Yaningdaba Pongdoktrido Kaigi terror attack Hamas militant na terror attack Togibudo Adu Yaningdaba Pongdokpodo si the Sunga Yaude Aduna Mokoino Pataba Tabatobudo Utabanina I should vote Hadaba Yaro my Yaudabani have Indiana hiding is Yareko Number easy no arrangement Kayo absent Yaudre Yareko Yaudre Kaigi Ceasefire tong na bai damang tama vote hadaba yaudre kay doroba protesting lauthokpagi damakta kay lauthokpagi explicit condemnation do moina yaning dabo do lauthokto yaning dabo phongdokdo hapkadab do mana hapte adugi my protest do ma yaning de no lauthokpado gi ma yaning de kay giya heinous attack moina heinous attack Hamas na militant moina yam phattaba crime ama tawbudo ma yaning de no utpani eba yare ko adu tari no arrangement required yai ko kitang lui How's again, Rubo, the shoot mind them clear to Rogadidum Chatsira. Yaidana, arriving at the Tokatadi. Number CZ DBCA. Option elimination method. Amagatanga Hijarange. The affair monster, Simadi Paragamatare Dunkange, of air pollution is haunting the national capital. Of air pollution is haunting. Big the yar. Is matung the haunting lam. Yareko. The national capital. Or see is the line at elimination. The national capital region once again, and it has become rather an annual affair. Lareko. Kaino monster gi shapeless monster air pollution thokhali base national capital region the yamna problem achoboma thokhale and it has become rather an annual affair kaino yamna khana ningai oiba affair ama oirabani concerning oiraba wahai ma kaino ama oire issue ma oire sigis di number C is di chumme ko tab amma explain o sise kandiro yam line thokpane sing parak sing ta mock test ki prepare to gili somna Phangba Sik is the qua elimination method se ko HDI of the indigenous people must have a sudum yai ko must pay skip must sigi pay siga keep siga tak on thong na yare do must keep pace with those of other Australians. India gi indigenous people gi lairiba mi lamdugi lairiba mi do hana dagi lejar pa indigenous people do mokhoi gi pace to kanaga manana chatkada bane haba Australian ga manana chatna ba hona dane biga siga khatang interchange taraga siga tang interchange se ma si je tar sine ega diga number b je ko honorable si yare 11 begin 12 poksa by given is a word followed by 3 sentences that include that word wahai ama je yauraga adugi wahai se hapchala ga khoina sizina dori 3 sentences piram dori identify the sentences that most accurately reflect the meaning of a synonym of the given word choose the best option from the provided choices sigi option jida mathaki se hapchalaga yengdoni chanaba khanbirakta mock test oina tawgi tari si je matam pi da di jar loi ki tu male khoi no da mathang da de mo hen phazan tawrani khoi sigi je hana mock test sok thoba duga question jar naina yar detrimental haibagi meaning di sokhan bayaba ko harmful oiba dangerous oiba number c ja okay number c se adagi deleterious haibasu detrimental ga synonymous word ni harmful oiba ni dangerous oiba adi tari violation amtang parake ya bring say violation of these rules of engagement can have Sigi rules mina rule thamjari bisi si violate tawta de khoina inbit tardi ko can have dangerous or harmful effect even fatal effect yare ko number 1 je ma yare the completion was propitious primarily to the cacao haba cacao haine ko cacao tree coffee sembado adudi sigi propitious habadi helpful habani ko monda kana ba piba habani completion was ko helpful primarily to the cacao tree the tari siga option si di yararoi yare ko number 3 that while it may be conducive to being growth again it is helpful ama sina profitable and propitious have is a beneficial habani ko sina beneficial helpful ama sung beneficial yare da aina habe adigi while it may be conducive to being growth conducive means helpful to being growth sisu sina helpful habe sisu helpful habe bean growth di kana bipibo wani deep owing may be harmful to bananas or other perennial associated with the tree chahi hingba planting tree sing the di makoi di harmful oi habane ba makoi de cacao tree si di kana zara tarasu kaidau ba howing tawba kanda ko howing hadi lebak tok thokpa mathaki surface myam do khara pauna thamba ha napsan da bi da khoina tawthoga sinjang sem thaba kana mathakta khara lebak to jetsan da bi da thamidana adu mine howing tawba kanda kaino banana tree myam da di problem lai halli adubu monda helpful oi se tar so de tari 1 ga 3 ga se this is me number c se sume yare ko stalemate Magi meaning say a place or a stead that no progress is shown or possible. Progressive oidaba adudi development laitaba aduda dum lotion giba magi meaning say deadlock so haini stand off sudum haine adu tari number 1 ga 2 ga se aduga meaning sam tang handam ge ko deadlock in Congress over education reform has made voters angry kaino education reforms the anova education la kadaba je sije Congress na anova kemta paikhatar nina anova kemta progressive oba pot anova ta paikhalak trabani na kaino voters man je moi chaunare ba monda Simiare. Number 2 is the arrival of the fresh troops broke the military standoff. Kaino hanadagi machi progressive layram draba. Leng the bidal layramaba kainozing do military parties ma'am do anova troop ma'am lak badagi anova changes ma'am la e habaneba standoff layrabado broke the military standoff leng the layramado pokhaire laitre kaire. Third, despite critical claim, the TV show always ran third in the rating. See the hiding is na kai. Despite had even though having meaning nigo. Adu oizarabasu kai daurba oizarabasu critical claim. Kaino critics me amna TV show do yamna thagatsarabasu. Yare ko yamna discussion yam taunarabasu TV show se moi third adum taraga lai hare. Adu tari sidi progression ya yabu yaw dress sigi 1 ga 2 ga se jumani. Adu tari number 1 ga 2 ga di number C de. Yare ko question di nung khara di lui kyo ne. Lui ba yaw bra. Live roll na. In its question below, a sentence is given with a part of it printed in bold type. That part contained a phrase that may be corrected or erroneous. La lamba yai habaniko. Erroneous adi aram beduniko. Find out which is the correct phrase that should replace the error in bold. If there is any which makes the sentence grammatically meaningful and correct, if the sentence is correct, then no improvement required. La lamba yauramba yai adu semdok pira u habaneba ko. Nayi leibo kaya dum tabu yagen. Number D ro B ro. His school was 7 kilometers away from his house. I wondered how he covered so long distance. Long distance see? Long distance is so long distance, so long distance such long distance such ladi sige nouns de mamang da such a long distance se hamne dena such long distance habe ya dekho such a long distance hai. If it will rain tomorrow, conditional sentence ki question hai. Ihan han question part 1. Number if it rains tomorrow, karigino. If it will rain tomorrow, I will be on leave. Karigumba if se conditional clause ta. Sige se first condition hai nei ko. Karigumba oibe yaba possibility duni. Karigumba nong se taraba ko I live logani. Adu tari karigumba V1 ko sigi if it rains tomorrow la aba V1 la aba adu tari will plus V1 ibirog yare ko adu di past lak tari V2 lak pakanda if it had rain tomorrow would plus V1 lak ta na adu ko mu third conditional gi dudi third conditional di had plus V3 na tra perfect tense la aba if it had rained tomorrow if it had rained tomorrow the past ni see is na past ni if it had done something or V3 la aba adu tari would have sigi would have plus V3 sigi format se ko bigano ko see na kai first condition second condition and third condition ahum asiga tangla nate condition mixed condition zero condition zero condition na kai scientifically proven oiba universal truth to she is strictly advised to be on bed for 3 weeks lest she would fall sick. Number D je kai less la ba adu tari obviously should say mokoi ani se pairing ne ba lest you should fall sick karina Natrabadi habaneba. Natrabadi adu tautaba haba. She is strictly advised to be on bed for 3 weeks. Hamungda pothadana 3 weeks pawdi layo hai. Natrabadi lest negative tone niko. She should fall sick again. Amukna raani haba. 16 dagina, 18 bokina ko. Blank ani lay choose the appropriate set of words for the blank ko that best fits in the context of the sentence. Ambiro. Kokchige hai. Aina luraga punjan basiye resulted in underscore yeng si ko maneuvering habagi meaning se khambibra handled skillful manner ko handled skillfully have skillfully yamna haithoi singdoina habani ko magi meaning is skillful habani ko the high altitude maneuvering between two Russian fighter jets and American drone over the Black Sea gi mathak sida makhoi gi test tawomni ko makhoina adui duda mogui gi Russia gi jet fighter ama mokhoi ju ani do paire amasung America gi drones e Black Sea gi mathak ta pai bado which das ko the splashing down number b same thing yenge ko hapchilaga dum chumdi chume which resulted in aduna oihali ise splashing down the US MQ-9 Reaper drone on Tuesday morning the tashallaga loigre magi drone do ko has underscore gi meaning the shown have reveal or shown have utlakpa have shown the dangerous risk of the Ukraine war Ukraine gi manak tani na ko Black Sea lei do adagi makhoi gi Ukraine dangerous risk lei bagi chang do adu do utli have wani da amasung expedited have gi meaning se madi activated habani natrusu amasung monda hengatlan ba habani ba active kaino do yamna yahoning ba to honing ba hengathan ba habani dana has ignored the dangerous cdr number a se number c is na which delayed the splashing down of US handa hanbadi oide dana minimize hadi handa hanba habani ko facilitated habasisu mazu hengathan ba habani push on habni ko hengathan ba habni exaggerated habagi meaning na gaino henzen na ngangzen ba ko henzen na hekta over the as ai di ba ko yung ai sim to ya adu lai na da ni henzen na ngangzen do exaggerated hype up chatlaga ngang bo do ko wa kam khuna gai none of the above option se number b yare ko the landfill fire in Brahmapuram on March 2 turned the spotlight on the state's ineffectual solid waste management practice from a widespread lack of waste segregation at source to between contractors' action to maintain the landfill and their obligation have the magi masagi tawgadaba tawkham thokpa thabak ni ko Mane. Six the options the dumna source to between the similarities between the discrepancies problem mishappening ni ko discrepancies have there. The landfill fire in Brahmapuram mai chakpase March 2 has turned the spotlight on the ineffectual solid waste management practices. Solid waste practice to the phazana makhoina management do yadabadagini from a widespread lack of waste segregation at source. Hawrakoi mapham du da khoina phazana makhoina thabak to bidre adi tadi aduduna kai la option kind of the result di akhoi moina function moina plan to duga result di moina function do phazan tok dalna discrepancy had mismatch haba magi meaning se mismatch haba su lei nei ko mismatch haba ko chana raktaba mokhoina plan to duga ore isiga kaino yanadaba kanagi contractors ki action du da chana raktaba na maram oiduna ko land mokhoina tawam thokpa thabak to ko landfill and their obligation mokhoina tawam thokpa thabak tuga mokhogi action duga chana raktaba dagini haba gyan tai ko sija mokhoina tawam thokpa thabak tuga mogi action siga tawam thokpa thabak tuga action duga chana raktaba na maram na discrepancy lakpani haba yara my goodness Yongko, the latest global financial development. Hauziki anova, hauzik boki latest oiba financial development and recent economic data. Economic data amasung financial development gi anova report lak pasina India da. Together raising fears makoi da pakhat pam bo hale adu tari sida development lak pakan sa khone positive tone ne khanbirong ganova magi opposite ne ba ko fear amala ibanina adu tari financial development do helam gadra handar moida khoi khangdri recent economic data du go yengna ra kanda makoi da handa bam di ure kagina fear amala that several major economies worldwide including India's may be facing off a spell of prolonged stagflation. Stagflation habadi chanadre ko prolonged stagflation. Stagflation habadi akoina stagnant habadi lepa habani ko flation ane hengat pa habani ba ko adu tari akhogi thabak economic ta kaino handaba educate kaino ke thabak employment handaba amasu rise of the kaino paisa gi raising of the prices of goods ki paisa hengat pa adi tari paisa hengat pa amasung handaba na kai employment handaba adi tari negative tone ngata ne stagflation de lepaga leiraga kaino paisa ta hengat pa yare adu lakani adi tari facing of prolonged stagflation facing of a spell of yare zathaba sangdhaba habane ba ko aduga mugengo next entering in a spell of severe stagflation amasu yai ko changba habane ba ko amasu avoiding sidi yaroi lai thok pa haba ma lai re adudi kaino headed for habdi jangjin ba approaching habane ba sigi deliberating haba kan da sigi severe na te sigi di handa ba habane ba stagflation je kai economics handa ba stagflation kaino to ba paisa kaino gi hengat pa paisa se akhogi amuka haye kaino handa ba sigi economics se sigi se kai handarakani haba debilitating habadi decrease haba yare ko decrease haba debilitating habadi decrease of the stagflation yare headed for change the spell of the debilitating stagflation as entering in yade ko adubu enter into habagi so koi no class di tawre yaure enter gi sigi entering into hagada entering into yai ko passage yaure sigi semdi passage tok thoma se ko ngasi nang ne na khamda si passage semdi magi passage question number 19 dagi 23 bok pi base sigi sida hoina 19 20 21 22 23 sida hoina tawras ahambagi question se magi question na demand to je habitang ing those tone ma hange optimistic la pessimistic la negative tone la positive tone la neutral la critical la hange indifferent meaning di kaino khangi ko kha kaino indifferent meaning se khena ba udara khena da ba kaishu khanda ba khena da banate different to the khena bani ka indifferent je khena da ba habnate ko aina mawa lo salu da ba concern obi da ba mana as ai khuchiam suengo ha ga ha chakiu do nang ai kamai to ino ha concern obi do mawa kem to lobi da indifferent ki meaning se siniam suigali ko ko indifferent se ko bi no indifferent ki meaning se aina mawa lo sun bi da ba concern obi da ba neglect to ba magi ani shubagisna main theme adi tadi tone ga theme ga se yam hange ko option sida tone hange theme hange next key 21 22 23 sida what can be inferred about the impact of small town investment on the Indian stock market from the passage small town investment aditadi lapa khungang dagi investment karaida Indian stock market ta abdang isa lausi ko magi kaino sa small town investment ko investment in India gi stock market ta yare ko question da sang yes market side market question ani kitang are ko pa do sha chim pare ko adagi based on the passage what can be inferred about the trend of domestic investment in Indian market adu tari hauziki su small town ori ko sisu domestic investment in Indian market domestic investment la eko azu si jo akoi gi lamda da domestic investment ama lai re investment la ya last ki question sina demand tawri se which of the following statement is correct sigi statement sidagi karam bano chumi je sim di par si yare ko full adu tadi theme hangae tone hangae we need to know thoroughly whether it is critical oibra positive tone oibra negative tone oibra do question jem tang para ge ko enum as the capital market enters Vikram Samvat 2080 expectation of investors are high amid worries amid habidi marakta habani ko on the inflation and interest rate front kaina capital market sida akoina stock market sida India gi oina Vikram Samvat 2080 se introduce tawrakpadagi India gi investor akoigi local investors mayam se expectation je high la eba moje yamna expectation je high la India gi stock market introduce tawrakpadagi Vikram Samvat habese ko adubu marak sida worry di tawre moi khaje tension di lai kaina paisa tang inflation paisa hengalakpagi tangkhalakpagi ko amasung interest rate ama duga kai especially the US bond yield interest rate se US bond yield US ka mokhoi ga bond se makan da US se paisa thadara moi khoina US na ju cha doi ni mokhoi hengali ge mokhoi na ju cha doi ni akhoi ju phang doi ni ko adubu mi myam se paisa thada ba hengalak ta di mogi rate se yam high chat khidoi ne interest rate se US bond yield se US ka khoga samna kanda mi myam se adu da sum thada ba hengalak toi ni ko thada ba hengal e high ta di interest rate se high galak toi ni ba adu du gi matha saba marak sida ko what is noteworthy is the rising influence of domestic investor haziki domestic investors yaugre ko question da domestic investors ki maram da yengsi chana bring se ba ko what is noteworthy akoina khanghoba yari ba se mi myam akhoigi lamgi oiba investors myam se hengalakpa se especially mutual funds which have been collecting a record amount from retail investor months after month despite concerns in the market kaino kemta concerns in the market moina kashu am tana uncertain oye haibado paisa puthaba yai hengat pa yai adugi do khanda da bida makoina mutual fund da paisa je thadaba akogi domestically mi myam se domestic akogi lamgi mi myam se paisa thadaba hogale eba yam tina not what you na haining se domestic investors sing se yamna hengale e haba yare ko kari tholak padagi sigi Vikram Samvat sigi tholak padagi ko the rising power of India retail inflow into domestic equities har kanda Mokoina equity side shareholder ni ko shares me am do mokoina laizari ba mokogi shares stock market ki shares in there is a significant development especially because a large chunk of it is coming from small town very important asagi small town yaugi ko small town dagi yamna mi myam se invest yamna tokhanar iba ko khungang dagi mi myam na invest tokhanar iba it is a reflection of shift in countries investment adi tari kaina anoba shift amala e kaida lamgi oiba investment the culture from conservative fixed deposit to a riskier creation tool akhoi hana paisa se fixed deposit tawraga thamnaramba mayam sidagi stock market da haina risky oiba paisa mangba yai hetongba yai have a risky sida mokhoi ne hoina paisa thadaba hogolakpa sida different shift anoba mala e yare ko the equity mutual fund si je kaina hojiki mokhoi na puna paisa thadaba hori ise this has blunted the impact of outflow of funds by foreign portfolios investors on the movement of benchmark indices mokhoi gi level lairambado index hanagi benchmark mokhoi mapalam da US da thadaramba mapanda leramba mapana khodi paisa chingtho imiba mayam do adu do handare haba India da dum mafa paisa dum leizare haba mapanda paisa do thada da khoi sida leizare harini ko October witnessed the highest even more monthly SIP flow of paisagi sigi investment se October na highest oil ko kaina 16,928 crores now while that takes the 7-month aggregate in the current fiscal to kashuyam yagi dego se the skip to boya ga khara to thopiramo while it takes the 7 month chahi tha taret ko punjhal laga mogi paisa phangi se 107 handaki October sinadi highest oi adubu tha tare oina di sigi paisa je hengale. It flows an inflow of this crore FY 23 2023 kwa aduga 22 dagi si hengal even 124 dagi 155 hengale ko 22 dagi 25 kwa. If October's strong inflow came despite a sudden escalation of conflict between Israel and Palestine. Israel ga Palestine ga problem laibado adu laizarabasu in spite natraga despite of habadi ma laizarabasu ado kaino paisadi investment di handaraktri amasung paisa handarakte ba hoji hoji se hengatnapada oiri ba ko, and foreign portfolio investors turning cautious and pulling out funds over concern of the expanding of West Asian nation. The strong SIP flow over the last two financial kept even an interest rate kept rising globally. Mokhogi paisa side adum jahi ani side hengat pana hengal iba paisa side adum hengal iba yare ko dragging the growth rate down ko adegi ke in October, for example, FPI pulled out a net of 28,890 crore from Indian equities between October 1 and October 9. October 1 dagi October 9 baki si se paisa se lauthopa phange, but impact on the benchmark Sensex has been yam yauri 1.5% contrastingly, and FPI outflow of 10,836 crores in August 21 led to the Sensex of fall. Kai haini no have a kanda 2011 ko adagi over 8% even in October 18 makhogi hanagi matamda benchmark se yam kana mi akhogi kaino se amtang mate amai walame FPI pull out a net of kaino FPI foreign gi oina di paisa se akhoi dagi lawtho mi se Seasonable India dagi paisa je seasonable lawtho ami je ko sigi matam se October gi matam se sigi paisa ne, but its impact on benchmark sense has been 1.5%. Adugi hana gi matam da makhoina lawtho pa se paisa yamna deficit oibado uyeba ko makhada lakadani sigi sina u deba sida sigi no sidi 1.5% muktaneba makhoina handaki sigi October 1 dagina 9 box sida si paisa makse lawthok jaba tarsu 1.5% muktaneba akhoigi fund sidagi handari ise danglui ko. Contrastingly, FPI outflow of this crore in August 11 led to the Sensex fall of 8%. Adubu 2011 da ko 2011 di 8% mukchatlami ba kai paisa do yam de ko si 10,836 ni sina 28 crores ni ko si jiga yeng ne ba kan da sina handa char su 8% ne ba manga mi se India da kai gi no la even in October 2018 da about da 5% handarami ba ko paisa se sim khatang mangjare si khatang mangjare hata su 1.58% ni 5% ni adubu October gi se yam mange ba ko kainoda foreign investment na lawtho ise simuk lawtho asa su magi paisa handabado ude haibani da adu keno kaigino si difference la kanda domestic institutional flow led to a mutual fund exceeded FPI flow of 21% between October this year. The domestic institutional DI flow in August was lower than FPI flow of 23%. Kaino hana gi matam da khitang khak lawthok ta su myam uba phangi do hojik ta myam lawthoi hai ta su handa de na hai se kaino domestic investment myam hengalak pagini haibani da question jidi paring ai matam dum changrani na sida. In October 2018 to 2018 da the DII inflow was nearly domestic investment got 10% lower than FPI outflow. Kaino October 18 da su ko magi paisa se lak sigi se 10% handaiba FPI dagi paisa thoki bise adubu the DII strengthened has come on account of the SIP inflow. If the SIP inflow in October 2018 amounted to 7,985 crore, it more than doubled the 16 sidagi hena doubled oizarabasu ko 2023 da paisa se the big change has come not in large city but in those that are ranked below 110. The share in industry AUM is 18.33%. Why? 10 years ago, the share of this city in 10 years ago, chahi taragi mamangda sigi share se hanadi yamna handarameba. Adubu 5 years back tadi ka 9%. 10 years mamangda si lerami 5 years mamangda si lerami Power of the retail is enormous and the flow have been undisturbed by the events around the world. War in Ukraine and Palestine, action in US Fed, rising inflation concerning over quarterly earning and how the bond yields may impact the fund now. This is building a good set of investor and helping stability of Indian market. Kaino hanai matamda yamna handazara masu ma haise hauzik me am longthok cha darsu hauzik se mogi stagnant ama lairiba kai da budagi kaino paisa kaino tawbasina mi myam sina paisa thadaba hengalakpasina domestic investment hengalakpasina mayek myam sina yaman gre ne amta yeng si ko library yeng si ko tonje pessimistic oidora optimistic oidora neutral oidora critical oidora indifferent oidora optimistic kaino domestic ki paisa hengalakpado domestic ki paisa hengalakpasina investment paisa hengalakpasina ko India di funds di hengalakpa ma yauri ko next up main theme of the passage. The violation of global financial market, the impact of foreign portfolios investor on Indian equities, the rising power of small town investment in the Indian equity market. India ki share market ta kaidoraba small town investment na yare ko. Next ki da small town investments na India ki stock market sida kai infer tawri se impact piri se maningi waido kem kana da ngata yaw oiler me se number d zira tangenge ko small town investment have led to a greater stability in Indian stock market against foreign outflows mapanda paisa cha thokpadagi hena investment je stability moi lakpadagi stability hengale ko India stock market ta second subada the influence of small town investment is negligible di oidre investment na small town investment taropadagi yamthina hype up chala abani investment from small town have significantly increased over the past decade influencing market trends number 3 ga 1 ga se chume aditari number d se chumani yare ko number D jira yang ko domestic investment na trend domestic investment are becoming a dominant force overshadowing foreign investment handa hali ko sima chumme the growth in domestic investment is primarily driven by metropolitan city nanate domestic investment have shown resilience to global events and internal economic factors sima chumme ko adu tari 1 ga 3 ga se resilience id adu mafam du dum khang dana leiba adu dum pressure on taro mana dum adu dagi phaudu oga lakpa chatharak yai ko why he maningi part ben do amta hang de one mamangi first paragraph du dum lo chale re me to ai ne sa pa thok pi da number 6 foreign portfolio investors have been primarily driven by Indian stock market resilience in recent times. Small town investment have had little to no influence. Kamta kana they have small towns di cancel sakre. The rise in retail investment, particularly from small towns, has significantly contributed to the stability of Indian stock market. See machume. Option the Sensex has shown increased sensitivity to FPI outflow in recent years compared to earlier period. Sigisna mokoide hengalale hane hengalande ko stability lakre ko mokoida balancing lakre ko domestic tuna lakpadagi balance tawgramne paisa me am lokhoki batarasu domestic institutional investor DII have constantly reduce their investment in India market number E is lale adu number C je adu tari akhoi ki haujiki paragraph tu da si myam se mokhoina ko ngauhan gen hapchala ko ngatane yai ko ngauhan ge answer di first ki paragraph the fully phanyam yauraga laire aduga second part ki abruptly khara pabiraga question do hana pabi tari option do adu ai question do pathorakte ba ngasa ai kaino da aduga yengurage na toraga la si padam da tar so khoi da adu shu padabadi yaroi jar kana da pam da chat miss out to thok lok thok piraga tawur lore yam lu question di lu de aduga piri passage si dang awhan bani kari guma khoina passage direct hana param tadi passage se gyan tana bhona da khoi blur adum chatlaga pakhalaga panic chatkhani panic attack lagaga adai dum keno narak pasu yai ko khoi online class yawiram ei u hodre asi di sidalo shalase makhagi akhogi sigi lakadam se asi ai thajara ge online da duga sigi noi tobiro aduga kaino su tharage aduga hayeng mathangi unaba kanda sigi je clear tawrasu tawrase aduga mock test na wapura lage yare dana thank you so much pungama chat an phai he Sir chang dong ni sir ki class lai dai ni hoja adudi thmu thala maroge